Greetings, my friends. Happy New Year with health, success, and prosperity. And today I would like to talk to you about the price trajectory and what we have for January for BTC. It is an interesting month because we don't have a defined long-term aspect that is exact during the month in the BTC horoscope, but rather we have this short-lived aspects, everyday influences from the quicker moving planets. So let's see what we have in store. I will share the screen and we go into that. First of all, I would like to start with saying welcome to the new members, and please have a look at the introduction. And I know this is not so easy, especially for the ones who are not so deep into TA, technical analysis, but there you use the moving averages. And it's a mathematical moving average. Of course, it's not the easy arithmetic ones, but it can be simple. Of course, the one that is arithmetic average, so it's not really also rocket science, but have a look at the introduction. Of course, in TA we use the smoothed, at least I like the smoothed moving averages, and you have also the exponential moving average that is really used in Bitcoin with EMA 100, for example, for the last 100 days or hours or whatever the time frame you consider. I prefer SMMA, so basically the smooth moving average with different settings. So I like the 21, the 50, and the 200, and I would look at their form and when they intersect and so on. This helps me with entry and exit points. But of course, each of us have our choice. So this inspired me to create this price trajectory that I now briefly explain to you. And I also say that there are some cases when we don't see them to the extreme. So we reduce each day to 1 point. You can imagine many price points are collected in a day. So the ones that, based on my observations so far with Bitcoin, is that this will be quite extreme when all the aspects would be fulfilled, and it will happen at some time in a day. Basically, it would be the highs and the lows of the day. So I see this because I make tracking, based on Yahoo Finance. To be honest, I look at that at day level, and I realized that this is the closest correlation between the highs and the lows of the days, meaning high would be on a positive day and low, so extremes of the day. So if you have a negative day, it would be rather the extreme of the day that would be reflected in the smooth moving average. And this is also what we want, because I use it in order to detect changes from day A to day B, because we have so many aspects. This is valid for every asset, but the problem with Bitcoin is that it's so volatile from 1 hour to the other. So basically all these would matter. So if I have, 5 aspects in day A and 7 aspects in day B, and they are not in the same direction, they are rarely in the same direction. Some are positive, some are negative, some are high intensity, some are low intensity, then how do I compare the days? So this is the tool that I came up with for now. It is this Astro-based price trajectory. And I explained this. It will not work well in case of the weekend. We don't have transaction volume, in case of eclipses, and also when planetary stations take place. Like, for example, now Mercury, recently, mid-December, it was turning direct, so then you can't really rely too much on it because the aspect would be delayed. I mean, it will happen, but it will happen with delay, like all the aspects on the days. At least some of them will be delayed because there would be a preference either for the positive or negative. So this is for the ones that are interested in the background and the new ones. So please have a look at this. I also point towards a video at some time. I think I had it. And you can really look into this introduction. Yeah, you see, so here I explain in text what I told you. These are the smooth moving averages that I like with some fib levels on it. And here I make an analogy with the timetable for a day, how complex it is. And basically we reduce it to a single point just to have the temperature of the day. And here you can really look into the video. So this is important because once you understand it, basically it will make sense for you also in the upcoming months. Like I told you, we don't have a big astrological month in terms of the BTC horoscope because we don't have a long-term aspect exact. But we have in the global astrology a positive aspect that starts the year on the 6th of January, and this is a Pluto-Rahu sextile, which is very beneficial because it would allow innovation, Rahu, to expand. Pluto with big money, with regulation. Pluto is also people in power. So it would be some framework, regulatory, aid that is really favorable for crypto. This is the way I would put it. And it will be also transformative for it because everything that would be regulated would really open doors, for evolution in the space. So the tone of the year, because Pluto is a very, very rare aspect and it has an orb of influence of 1 year at least. And it's 1 year before and after. I think we already felt it, at least at the end of 2024. So this means that this year would be basically a big one in this regard, in my opinion. And this is the price trajectory. The price trajectory is relative, and it doesn't really mean that it's I will make it bigger for you. So let's see here what we have. So it's a scale that is relative. Negative doesn't mean necessarily drop. A negative point on the scale means that it's less energy. So it would be, yes, more negative in nature, but it doesn't mean that it has to be a drop. So whatever would be the starting point here on the 1st of January, we do have an increase afterwards. You see the 5th, 6th would be really very powerful in the sky. But here with BTC horoscope, and if we take the aspects during the day, the energy is a bit negative. So therefore, this doesn't really increase, when the global astrology is good. So usually it will be not more than the global astrology in that would be the rule in general, but it can be less. So I think it will go a bit slower in the first part of the month. So we will have some adjustments. Again, it matters a lot how the the aspects are distributed. Maybe this will not correlate so much with the patterns from the past. I'm aware of that for Bitcoin. But here, when you see the decreases, this doesn't mean that it will be a big decrease. It could be a slight adjustment. Also here, for example, if a lot of money is still pumped in the system, then we will get here more a uplift in price when this 40, for example, which is, so this is not such a big difference. You need to have like 40. I know that 40 points difference are really, so for example here I see the end of January at least looks quite powerful in terms of crypto after the inauguration in US of the new president. It's a point that would uplift crypto. At least this is what is seen here based on the price trajectory. Again, this is the average. And I want to say that in the beginning of the month, the energy is very positive astrologically. But here, based on all aspects of the days, it is positive towards the end of January. So it might be related with the new regulation that comes in US about, some benevolent changes towards crypto. We already have, good news in terms of people in decision power, basically in key roles to decide about it. So it looks good, I would say, and January is still interesting month, I would say positive. I see it positive because we will have this new, vibe in the regulatory framework, but also because of the fact that we will have a very important turning point for Uranus at the end of January. So here it could also be that, yes, the predictions will not work to the day, so we will have some delays, but usually this signals the turning of Uranus in the previous cycle as well, the beginning of the altcoin season in full force. So you could argue, yes, it's already there, but it would be at a larger scale, also based on the magnitude of growth that we saw in the last cycle. I will also link a video to it if you didn't see it. It's a previous video where I analyzed the previous cycle for altcoins with the Uranus turning, so to speak. This is what I wanted to share with you. I hope this is useful, and I wish you a very fruitful first month of the year. See you.